All right, what's up, YouTubes? All right, it says I'm live. I'm going a little early today, or maybe I'm right on time. I'm a little early because yesterday I had all kind of tech issues. So, welcome to day 5 of this. I've changed the name like 3 times. Basically, this is the Manifest Yes experience. And 12 days of wisdom bits that I have learned over the last 11 years about law of attraction and manifestation in a way that is super accessible and super fun and creative, because we didn't come here to be meh or vanilla or just we just did it. And so today what I want to share with you, I can literally hear Esther Hicks saying it in my head. I'm a huge fan of Abraham Hicks, huge Esther Hicks fan. For many, 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 many years I listened to them every morning. And so they're literally playing in my head all the time. I would love to know if you also have this experience. So many Abraham fans on the globe, around the globe. And so I just want to share this is that, you know, the human mind is very, very complex and also simple at the same time. And 80% of the thoughts that you have today are the same exact ones that you had yesterday. And fortunately or unfortunately, most of those thoughts tend to be negative in nature. Like, we literally have to be intentional about choosing joy, about, as Abraham would say, um, really being conscious or conscientious of our point of attraction, because you are energy. You're emitting a signal all the time, which means you're emitting a signal, a certain frequency, a certain resonance, a certain song to the universe, and you're also receiving signals and frequencies. And so you're an antenna. And so one of the ways that we emit energies or signals or frequencies are 2 very prominent ways: your thoughts and your emotions. Your emotions are how you feel, it's energy in motion. So, and they go hand in hand. If you have a thought about something when you wake up first thing in the morning, you're like, oh my God, I'm so worried. Well, you're emitting the worry vibes. And so you are going to pull back to you like a boomerang, because law of attraction is always in effect. You are going to pull back to you things to worry about, things to be in chaos about. And so the only time you're not, the only time law of attraction is not in effect is while you are sleeping. And momentum is a very powerful thing. So whatever you are thinking about, if you're troubled or you're like exalted and ecstatic before you go to bed, when you wake up, you're pretty likely to pick up where you left off. So, I mean, even though you're sleeping, the momentum can continue. So, one of the most powerful things that you can do right when you wake up, right when you become conscious that you're awake, is to become very intentional about like you could do a body scan. How am I feeling, and what am I like, what's my vibe, what's my frequency? And tomorrow I'm going to talk about, the 17-second magic that Abraham talks about. Today though, I want to talk about this question that he talks about is, and Esther is always talking about this: when you become aware that you're having a thought or you're feeling a certain way about something, ask yourself this question: am I right now, in this circumstance, in this thought, in this feeling, am I defending my limitations? It's my favorite Abraham question of all time. Esther is talking about it all the time. Excuse me, I did not put my phone on do not disturb. And so it's such a powerful question. And the reason questions are so powerful is because questions, your subconscious doesn't know what to do with a question, and so it can't really respond. And so what happens is, instead of feeling stuck in the energy of meh or overwhelm or whatever, it's an opening, it's an invitation for you to start receiving wisdom or solutions or ideas, uploads, downloads, side loads, where before, when you're stuck in that limiting belief that's housed in the subconscious, it's like it's like a hamster on the wheel. You cannot get off no matter what you do. So that is my favorite question of Abraham that I want to share with you today. Am I defending my limitations? And so then the next question is, okay, well, what I mean by that, or what Abraham means by that is, you know, Abraham's always talking about you're either under the influence of one of two things, source or non-source. It's very obvious when you're not aligned with source because you feel like crap because you're an extension of source. And so that means you are tapping into your potential, your quantum, your infinite nature, your divine eternal nature, where like you are one with all that is. And so, because this is not something that you are taught, this is not something that you learn the exact opposite. So, it's a total mind shift to go from believing that you're always going to be limited some way. It doesn't matter if it's physical, emotional, spiritual, mental. Um, it's a great question to ask yourself because if you are defending your limitations, then the next question could be, well, how is this serving me? And sometimes one of my favorite teachers, Luke, calls it BMW. Sometimes you got to bitch, moan, and whine just to like acknowledge like where you are on the journey. And maybe it sucks. And maybe they're all the lemons on the path or all the shit is on the fan. You need to honor where you are. However, after you allow yourself to express that, then you need to ask yourself, like, what would Abraham say? What am I defending my limitations? And can I turn this around? Can I instead focus on my skills? Instead, can I focus on the possibility? Instead, could I focus on an opening? Instead, could I focus on compassion, grace? Just asking yourself those questions will shift your energy immediately. So that is what I have to share for you today. I hope that's helpful. And of course, I'm going to give you a reading from the Divine AF affirmation deck. And I just did a reading on the Facebooks, and it was a beautiful Mother Gaia card about presence. I am present. So let's see what the energy is now for a message for you to take. Now, these cards are very, oh, we got two cards. Two messages wanted to come out. First is I allow ease and flow. And the second one is I am creative. Okay, so I allow ease and flow. Ready? Ease and flow are my birthrights. I surrender any holding on that is blocking my ability to receive pleasure and joy. Like this speaks to what we were just talking about. We're so used to defending our limitations or why things aren't working. However, we can surrender any holding on that is blocking our ability to receive pleasure and joy. So the question is, my love, what do you need to release right now in order to experience pleasure and joy? A limiting belief? An idea? A thought? And can you give it a try? I love that. What do you need to release right now in order to experience pleasure and joy? And you know exactly in this moment what it is. And can you just invite yourself to just lay it down, even just for 10 minutes? And then you can pick it back up later if you want, or 24 hours, just baby steps, right? So I allow ease and flow, gorgeous. And now I am creative. Oh, baby. Your creative power expands infinitely when you are tapped into source. Full stop, full truth, Ruthie. When you're tapped in to the cosmos and to the earth, like heaven on earth vibes, you're like super ultra, right? How are you wielding your creative juices today? That means different things to different people. It could be painting, it could be exercising, it could be singing, it could be working with wood, it could be making a snowman. I'm about to go snowshoe at Lake Harriet, Minneapolis. So that is what I have for you today. Let me know in the comments how this lands for you. And have you ever heard this from Abraham? Are you defending your limitations? And how's that working for you? All right, I'll see you tomorrow. All right, ciao.